Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. Zohran Mamdani has now officially clinched the Democratic nomination for New York City mayor. Mamdani describes himself as a democratic socialist, and his win has caused some anxiety on Wall Street and within the Democratic Party. In the latest episode of my podcast, the Master Investor podcast, I spoke with former Treasury Secretary Jack Lew, who of course served in the Obama administration, and I asked him whether socialism could work for America.
The policies that he's outlined are not policies that are good for New York. He's running for mayor of New York, and I worry deeply, having spent most of my life in New York, about a city that I call home. You know, I see a similarity between the kind of policy solutions to the left and the right, and that satisfy populist sentiment. Don't always go through the filter of do they work? I don't think they work. And I think that's a problem. One of the things I'll say about New York is that New York is not an entirely independent governing entity. Many of the policies have to be approved by the state, either legislature or governor. So it's a process where you have more centrist political voices that will still be very much in a position to determine whether or not different tax and spending policies can take effect. You know, I think the Democratic Party is well served by building the center out. And that means appealing to the center left and the center right. I think going to either extreme in either party tends to polarize the country. So that's my own personal view, but I really can't speak to the party politics part of it.
And you can watch the full interview where we, of course, talk about the big, beautiful bill, the deficit, the debt, the dollar, his advice for investors and policymakers on leadership on the Master Investor podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And guys, I mean, you know Jack Lew better than me, Sarah, and David, you know New York as well as anyone, but he's always measured in what he says, Jack Lew, and he didn't get directly involved in the politics, but I was struck by how explicit he was about the policies that we're clearly talking about, to criticize them so overtly.
Well, he did not do what Bill Clinton did, which was congratulate Zohran Mamdani. Jack Lew is kind of a poster child for the liberal administrations in recent history. He was in the Clinton administration, Obama, several roles: chief of staff, OMB director, Treasury Secretary, and then Biden's U.S. ambassador to Israel. He is very representative of all those administrations, and the fact that he is distancing and saying this would be bad for New York, I think shows you how different and the sort of soul-searching going on in the Democratic Party right now.
Yeah,
we heard it from Peter Warzag as well.
We did last week.
Really
I thought where
his
comments were quite significant in terms of what he was talking about in the Democratic Party being potentially anti-Semitic and anti-capitalist. Those were his words. Eric Adams is, obviously still in the race, and there's a lot yet to go, and we'll see if he can garner the necessary turnout, really, that would reflect, I think, more on what Lew is talking about in terms of the moderate bent of most New Yorkers.
Poly market hasn't changed.
You know how large the budget of the city of New York is, Sarah?
110 billion?
Yeah, 115 billion.
Yeah.
You know how large the state of Florida's budget is?
Much smaller.
115 billion.
Oh, really?
Same. 22 million people. We got 8 million.
What percentage goes on police?
Police is not as large as you'd think.
Really?
The largest is benefits and pensions. So healthcare, it's about 10 billion, and then other fringe benefits, and then pensions. So that's together equates for about 25 billion of the 115 billion. I think education is the number one other line item, and then you move down from there. But these are things that the next mayor is going to have to deal with. How do you maximize revenues to deliver services?
How do you get revenues?
Yeah, as opposed to antagonizing the people who are paying the taxes.
Exactly.
Because they can leave.
That's just one issue.
As can the businesses.
One issue with socialism.